Hi, I'm Heather.
And I'm Kara.
And we are
Sister Mommy Teachers. Today we are going to talk about attendance. Why is attendance so important?
So there's a Woody Allen quote, right, that 80% of being successful is showing up. So show up. So if you want to be successful in school, show up. I mean, it applies to everything. And employers don't want to hire employees who don't show up on time. So that's the other part. It's not just missing the whole day. It's missing even part of the day. Being habitually late is a problem as well.
Or picked up early.
Yeah, right. Either way, you want to be there for the whole day. If you're missing 5 minutes every day of school, then you're missing 3 days of school. So it adds up quickly. And so like sometimes people think, oh, my kid doesn't, the bell is at, I'm picking 8 o'clock, right? The bell is at 8 o'clock. I don't need to have my child there beforehand. But that's also where a lot of stuff goes on.
Mm-hmm.
There are announcements sometimes that, come on before then. Buddy reading. If you have AR, they can take those AR tests. Sometimes if they're computerized stuff, if they were absent, that's a great time for the teacher to be able to catch them up on some of the stuff because
yeah, I mean, that's the thing. If you're tardy or you're absent, then that's on the teacher to make up that work or make up that lesson. And a 40-minute lesson that you give the day before that they missed is not going to be a 40-minute lesson that you have to make up for them the next day because there's just not enough time in the day to do that. So it's going to be a quick version of it, and this keeps piling up and keeps happening. They're not getting all the instruction that they need to succeed in the classroom.
Right. Also, sometimes people say, oh, well, my student is more advanced, so it's okay for them to miss it. And it is some way they can miss it, but there's a lot of background information that then they miss. And if they're missing that background information that they could use in another year, they do miss it out because a lot of times, a child who's more advanced might not be reading all the stuff on grade level, but things are referred to at that. So like Mo Willems, right, is a very low level reading book, but it's high content and it's referred to in other things later. And if they've never read them because their skills were high, and this is a time of day where they could maybe grab some stuff that's not specifically within their reading range, but at their interest level or their age level. So those are other things.
They might miss out on something fun too. And trust me, the kids will tell them, oh, guess what? You missed out on gum, or you missed out on the assembly or the book fair. They will tell the child, oh, sorry, you missed it. And then your child's feeling bad.
We earned a treat for Stinky Feet and you didn't get it.
Yeah, they will do that. And then...
Right, Stinky Feet is when you get to take your shoes off and wear socks.
We love that one.
Send your child to school with socks.
But they might miss out on something fun too, not just academic.
Yeah, right. And they'll tell you, by the way, they'll say that to the other students, but they will rat you out too.
Yeah.
So if they weren't really sick and you send a note in for they're sick, and then they said, oh, well, my
I wasn't
mommy...
sick. No.
Yeah, I wasn't sick. Mommy didn't want to take me to school.
Or we went to grandma's house.
Yeah. Or Disney, or whatever. They will rat you out.
They will tell.
They'll tell. But the short version is there's an unquestionable link between attendance and academic achievement. And, academic achievement gets defined in different ways. It's so your reading level, your math level, graduation rate, all those things. They're associated, and building the habit of getting to school every day and on time and leaving on time every day is critical. We teach every minute.
Yes.
As soon as that bell goes, we're on it, and we're right to the minute, which is why we did the backpack video, because we don't have 20 minutes to pack up a video. Like, we're not packing up for ages. We go right to the last minute, and then they got to pack up lickety split. So all the minutes is count.
So
get your kid to school.
What can you do to help? So you can, Sherry talked about creating routines, about the packing up and things, but you can create a morning routine. Just, as far as like having their clothes laid out the night before, having their lunchbox and things all ready to go, creating the routine so you're not running late.
Morning and night.
Morning and night, exactly. Schedule appointments for after school if you can, or family vacations. Schedule those on the school holidays. We get things pop up, but
but most of the time you have that even before before the school year ends. You've got the schedule, so try to do it around that time. And I get it. Sometimes you can't, or it's cheaper if you leave a day early or whatnot. And, okay. But what's happening is it becomes habitual, and that's the problem. So if they're doing that.
Keep a positive attitude. If you're positive about school and getting to school on time, so will they. Just also emphasize the importance of school. Yeah, you may not want to go to school today. I understand that, but this is something that, we have to do. We do
what you say at home at school.
Yes,
so I can't emphasize
that
enough that
they tell us everything.
Yeah. And I know sometimes the stuff they say is not true, right? So, there's that old saying, well, parents will come in and say, well, this happened in school. They said, I'll tell you what they said about
really
you
happens.
too.
Yeah.
And so, it's not always true, but they will tell things. So, keep that in mind. And, we hear all the time, well, my mom says school's not important.
Yeah. We do.
Yeah.
It's sad.
My dad says it's no big deal for me to miss.
Yeah.
But it is. A lot of times they're really missing on sort of the foundational stuff that comes later. And again, sometimes a community doesn't value the K1, 2, 3 experience. You're not learning the core stuff. You're learning how to read.
Yeah,
I mean, that is the biggest
huge
foundation, right? And if they are not on level by the time they finish third grade, statistically speaking, they won't be. It's super, super, super important that they get these foundational skills. Mm-hmm. So to do that, you got to show up. We go back to Woody Allen. 80% of success is showing up.
So show up.
Please. And also show up for us by liking,
subscribing,
subscribing,
sharing.
sharing all the things. Thank you.